My friends, we've all walked past beggars on the street, right? And I wonder what passes through our minds when we see that outstretched hand, the cup waiting in hope. Maybe we think, I don't want to be an enabler. I don't want to support an addiction. That may be true. None of us wants to fuel something harmful. But then what? Do we do nothing? Do we look at the one begging but not really see them? That's precisely what Jesus is warning us about in today's gospel. How many Lazarus lie at our gates every day, unseen, unheard, unnoticed? And it's worth remembering, this is the only gospel today where Jesus gives names, Lazarus and Dives. Now, this is no accident. Why? Names matter. I'm amazed at how often things change when I stop and ask someone, the man holding the sign, the woman waiting at the table, for their name. Their face lights up. They're no longer a problem or just a server. They are a real person, someone with dignity. And you know what? That changes me. Because once I know their name, I cannot dismiss them so easily. I must decide what I choose to do. So we ask ourselves, who are the Lazaruses around us today? Who are the ones we pass by and refuse to see? Maybe they are the children dying from abortion, hunger, neglect, abuse, preventable disease. Perhaps immigrants and refugees, too often treated as less than human, as we see so often on the news today. The homeless, including thousands of veterans who sleep on our streets. The lonely in hospitals and nursing homes, wanting and waiting for someone to visit, to just say hello. Perhaps they're victims of torture and war and genocide and even starvation, as we're seeing on the news today about the people in Gaza. And my friends, their cries demand from us a response. Will we care? Will we have compassion? Or will we remain complacent? And this is where many of us freeze. We say, I feel overwhelmed. I can't fix everything. I don't have unlimited resources. Why do they bother me? And so we distract ourselves with endless scrolling on our phone, with sports and scores, and perhaps shopping and games and solitaire. Anything to keep us from being obliged by love to act and respond with compassion. But the prophet Amos shouts in the first reading today, woe, woe to the complacent in Zion. And the parable of Jesus in today's gospel also shouts, asking us, are you listening? Are you awake? Are you willing to see as God sees? Why? Because complacency is one of the great enemies of compassion. When we are comfortable and secure, our creativity just dries up. We stop asking the questions that really matter. What keeps my brothers and sisters from earning a living wage? Which agency in my city is really helping the poor, not with just a handout with a hand up? And how can I join them? What organization is alleviating suffering worldwide? And how can I support them? Will I call them up? It's true. We cannot do everything, but we can do something. We can choose one person, one need, one cause, and in that choice, everything begins to change. In a few minutes, we will receive the body and blood of Christ. We pray that God open our eyes to give us generous hearts, compassionate hearts, to stir our creativity so we can respond now, today, to the Lazaruses all around our gates. Why? Because we are invited to respond to what Jesus tells us. What you do for the least of my sisters and brothers, you do to me.